Hello everybody, it's me here Cameron, and welcome to the How to Cameron channel. Welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be talking about what it's like being moved out, how things are going in my life. Obviously, I've got a new job, I'm living in a new place, and I think you guys will find it interesting, hopefully, anyway. Obviously I've not done a video for quite a while, I've been really busy. I know you guys have been at home, crying, Cameron's not uploaded, oh no. But don't worry guys, I'm here to make you guys happy, okay? Before this video starts, be sure to smash the like button if you enjoy this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new today. So I've been moved out now for 2 weeks, and it's gone really quick. It's gone really quick. So yeah, moving out, it's been good. I feel like I've very much built a foundation for my life. I don't feel like my life is amazing now. But I do feel like I built a solid foundation for my life to really begin, and that's good. You know, having my own place, my own pad, as some people call it. That sounds so fucking sad. Cameron is sad in his pad. Wow. The gym around my area, it's an Everlast gym, is so nice. I've literally been a member of a Pure Gym for like 2 years. And it's shit, okay? And I didn't realise how shit it was until I went to like a good gym. This gym's like 30 quid a month if you get like a year contract, but my God, it is levels above the gym I used to go to. Like I literally remember in Pure Gym, the people there were just degenerates, just the bottom of society. Being in an Everlast gym is so nice because everyone actually is normal. I sound like a bit of a bigot, but I mean like paedophiles and stuff. Like they always end up being in Pure Gym. I swear to God. Like literally, I remember I was at the gym probably a month ago now, back in Derby, and there was this guy who was like 50 years old. This old Asian guy, and he was just following me, and he was like sitting near me on like equipment that was quite close to me, and he kept asking how many sets I had left, and he kept insisting that, you know, we shared the equipment. So he was just being really weird. You don't have that so much in nicer gyms. They also have a swimming pool, which is really nice, and a sauna. But yeah, moving out, it's been good. When I initially moved out, I was obviously worried about being lonely. And I wasn't lonely because I was actually talking to this girl. There was this girl I was talking to, and we were talking to each other for hours. I don't think I've talked to someone for so long over the phone. And she really made me feel, you know, not alone. It was really nice. She was a girl that I really got on with, and I went on a date with her last week, but it didn't work out. The date was fine, but she just got really weird after the date. Like she was messaging me saying she didn't know how we were going to pursue things. I was actually thinking to myself, like, what? Like, yes, I like you. I find you attractive and I want to continue seeing you, but I never was pushing like a relationship or anything. Like obviously I'm open to a relationship later down the line, but I was never pushing for it. That's what dating is like, to be honest. But I did appreciate, you know, talking to her because she definitely was a coping mechanism with the loneliness, because it is quite lonely moving out. It is quite a lonely experience, especially before you start your job if you're relocating for work. So she really helped me, and even though things didn't work out with her, you know, I enjoyed talking to her. We're not on good terms. She has me blocked. Fantastic. But I like talking to her. Her dad was an Aston Villa fan as well, which I really liked. But yeah. Regarding my job, I just want to quickly talk about my job. When I went for my induction day, which was last week, I think it was Thursday last week, one of the things that my site manager talked to me about was my YouTube channel. And I was there like, fuck's sake. Like, I swear to God, the impact that my YouTube channel has on my life is mad. Okay, now obviously I know that if you make videos, they're public. You know, everything I say in my videos, I stand by. I'm never going to make videos hoping that people don't see them, because if I did that, I would be a moron, because people always end up seeing them. But my site manager, he's a nice guy. Everyone at my work is really nice. Just want to make that point really clear. He was talking to me about my YouTube channel, and he really made a point of it. And he firstly was not happy with how I mentioned my salary, simply because I got it wrong. It is 36 grand a year, but 12 grand of it is the night shift bonus, not 10 grand. Because I said it was 10 grand, it makes it sound like the basic salary was higher. And he wasn't happy with that, and I get that. And I remember saying to him, I can remove that part out of the video. If it's something that concerns you, I can correct it if you want me to. And he said, no, it's fine, but just make sure that if you are going to say anything about the company, make sure you're accurate with it. And I think that really highlighted my naivety in life. I obviously could have just done a bit more research and I would have known that it was 12 grand, not 10 grand. So yeah, just wanted to clarify that the night shift bonus is 12 grand a year. When it comes to me talking about salaries and shit, my YouTube channel is an account of what I'm doing in my life. I think that with salary, if you want to share your salary, you can share your salary. When the job was advertised, I think there's still an advertisement for it up now. Maybe they're trying to replace me. Actually, maybe they're trying to get someone else in so they can just cancel my contract. I don't know, but you can literally see the salary. It's not a forbidden thing. I think salary is something that you can talk about if you want to. I know some people aren't comfortable with talking about it, but for me, I don't mind having a bit of clarity. If anything, the salary is good and it's showing the company in a good light. They pay their employees well. That's a good thing. But one of the things that he was worried about was, the trade secrets. The company I work for is quite niche, and the processes that they do are quite niche. And he, I imagine, is worried that I'm going to be there talking about every single method, or I guess he's just worried about me talking about trade secrets on YouTube. And I just want to make a point that that's not what my channel's about at all. I told him there and then, I was like, listen, I'm never going to do that. Even when it comes to me having problems with things that are going on in my life, a lot of the time I will try to resolve them privately. Okay, if I make a video talking about something that I'm not happy with, 9 times out of 10, I've already brought it up to whoever's relevant and they just haven't cared to respond. So I've done videos talking about Amazon, for example. I talked about how, there were problems at Amazon. I talked about the problems at Amazon with the managers, with the people higher up. These are things that I did talk to them about. That's why I brought it up in a YouTube video. For me, if I was to have any actual problems at work, I would talk to the manager before I make a video on it. In fact, I want, this job to be permanent. I want to be successful doing this job. I don't think it is at all constructive for me to slack the company off online. So that's just where I stand with everything. And to be honest, training there for a week and a half now, I only have good things to say about the company and the work environment. I've really enjoyed the role. It's technical. You're doing chemistry. You're using specific spectroscopy and stuff like that, things that I'm really interested in, but I love the industrial environment. I think it's a perfect mix for me. The people at work are phenomenal. Every single person I've met has been cool. The person that's trained me is such a nice guy. He's very similar to me, actually, in a very weird way. He's literally my exact height and exact weight. He has my exact build. He's really weird, actually. But me and him have got on really well. He's probably sick to death of answering my stupid questions. But let's talk a little bit about what's made me angry about moving out. Firstly, is rent costs. Rent is such a scam. Renting a place is such a fucking scam. And my biggest piece of advice to anyone is, if you can get a mortgage, get a mortgage. A lot of people don't understand that with mortgages, they are so much better than renting, because if you get a mortgage, right, you need to afford the deposit. That's really it. You need to afford a 10% deposit to get a good mortgage, I would say. So most of the time you're going to have about 8-10 grand saved up to get yourself somewhere decent to live. Okay, but once you have that deposit and you put that deposit down and you pay the mortgage, 95% of the money that you're paying every month, the money that you're paying per month, is cheaper than rent in itself. It's typically 20% cheaper than the rental value of the place. But here's the thing, the money that you're paying is going to the property. You're buying the equity of the property, so it's not going away. Renting is just dead money. And the thing is with mortgages is people don't understand that you can just stop the mortgage and you can sell the property and you can find somewhere else. You don't have to commit to somewhere for 25, 30 years, which is what the mortgage terms would suggest. Also, looking at energy bills and everything like that, the good thing with living in a flat is it's quite heat insulated. If everyone else is living in flats, in the flat complex, you don't really need heating. I mean, obviously it's September now, but I hypothesize that when it comes to winter, the ambient temperature within the complex will be pretty decent, because that won't have to heat the rooms up as much as you would if it was just a house, like a detached house. So heating shouldn't be too much of a problem. I don't have gas in this flat, it's actually just electricity, which actually makes it a lot easier, because you can just read your meter and you can tell how much you've used. I think I did the maths. I think electricity this month's going to cost me about 60 quid. With the new cap being brought in October, it'll probably be about £100 a month for electricity, which is obviously extortionate, but that's what happens when you go to war with Russia, literally. And hopefully with this cost of living crisis, there is a massive push for energy to be grown, at least in Europe, let alone Russia. I mean, Russia is in Europe, but you know what I mean. Like, it should be, sourced from a good source. Even better if it's the UK homegrown energy, that would be great, like nuclear energy. Honestly, moving out though, it's been really, really good, and I'm just really happy about my job. I've been cycling to work every day, there and back. That's been calm as well. Going to work, it's all downhill, which is really nice, because in the morning you're really goddamn tired, and on the way back it's all uphill, so you get a good leg workout. I'd hate it if it was the other way around though. My god, cycling up a massive hill after you've just scrambled breakfast when you really didn't want to eat it because you hate eating in the morning. Nah, that would not be epic. But yeah, I really enjoy my job so far, and I hope that being more, used to things, I feel like I'm getting better at every single day. The job will become easier for me, and I won't be just asking loads of questions, because the one thing I really struggle with is when I feel like I don't fit in, or when I'm uncertain on if I'm in the correct place, if that makes any sense. Like, one of my biggest things, I guess it's imposter syndrome, is just where, you are somewhere, maybe you're at uni, maybe you are at a job, maybe you're just in a random place, maybe like a party or something. And then you're thinking to yourself, like, why am I here? Like, I don't deserve to be here almost. And that can really eat away at you. But the way you go against imposter syndrome is you just talk to the people around you, because when you talk to the people around you, you actually realise that they're pretty welcoming. And I also recommend that if you're being trained for a job, just ask questions. They're never going to get angry at you for asking questions, even if they've answered the same question over and over again. Just ask questions. That's what you should be doing, and that's what I've been trying to do to really get to grips with things. But it's a good job, and I really enjoy it, and I actually like it. I'm actually surprised by how much I've enjoyed the job. Obviously, I've only done it for a week and 2 days, so things can change, obviously, but I think when I'm doing the night shifts, I'll be really happy doing it, because for me, it worked better at the nights. Obviously, the pay is much better at night, and also I think I'll be more like in my element, not working around too many people, because less people work during the nights. For me, I'm more of an independent worker, so I do better when I'm on my own. I really hope that people see these videos as inspiration to do well with their life, because for me, moving out, it was a tough decision. It definitely was a tough decision, but I think the job was good. Even the base salary, 24 grand a year for a site chemist, is pretty good for an entry-level chemist. I've seen other jobs where it's 19, 22, so it's pretty bad anyway. And the problem is if I did continue to live at home and I did a job where I was commuting to it like 30 minutes an hour, because like where I lived in Derby, it wasn't in the centre at all. You would always have to go into the centre to get anywhere around Derby, pretty much, or Derbyshire. The commute is a big thing. Like, commuting is one of the things that I would say you need to cut down on as much as possible, because it just eats away at your free time. If you're commuting 30 minutes one way, 30 minutes the other way, that's an hour every day out of your free time. It's a long time. If you're working 9 hours a day, 10 hours a day, I work 9 hours a day with my job now. 9 hours a day, you're working, so you have 15 hours left. You're sleeping 8 hours, that's 7 hours left if your commute was practically instant. That's 6 hours. If you're commuting an hour, that's 1/7 of your free time gone, just like that. And you could do a lot in an hour. An hour is a long time. You want the free time, and the best way to get free time is to shorten that commute as much as possible. Obviously, financially, it would have been better off for me to stay at home, but I don't care about the finance of things anymore. Like, I'm trying to save money. I'm going to be able to save plenty of money with this job, and I hope that eventually I can get a mortgage. I think I've done the maths and everything, and in a year, if I can stick at this for a year and do well with the night shifts and everything, hopefully, get promoted and shit, I should be able to afford a decent mortgage, and I'll be able to get onto the property ladder, and that's when I think my life will really start getting better in the long term. But I'm just in an odd position because I don't have friends really that are around me. Obviously I talked about the people at work. I get on with them well, and I would say that there are two people there that I'd consider like friends, like people I could be friends with, people that I really get on with. But I've been working with them all day, all week. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, do you want to hang out this weekend? Because we're both sick of each other realistically. But I hope that when I do my nights, I won't be seeing them as much, so hopefully I can hang out with them. I don't know though. I don't know how it works. I don't want to be like a beg. I don't want to be begging people to hang out with me and shit, but I don't know. It's a really weird situation. I'm also a bit gutted about that girl that I met with last week, because I went on this date with this girl. I went all the way to London. I love travelling and I love going to London, so I didn't have a problem with that at all. But I got on with this girl, really well. Like, we got on with each other really well in person, over the phone. And then out of the blue, a few days after we met, she just messaged me like out of the blue, like, one of them really long messages where, they always act high and mighty. Like, I'm going to get this fucking message up. Hey, I've been thinking, and although it was nice meeting you, I feel slightly indecisive about how we would pursue things, and I don't want to lead you on at all. I also feel quite a lot of pressure, as you were quite full on, and I just don't think I'd be able to reciprocate that, but I wish you all the best. The amount of times I've had that message from different girls is mad, because it's like, what have I put pressure on? Like, I'm literally here like, yes, that sounds bad over text, but then I remember the date, and I wasn't pushy like at all. Like, I was constantly making sure that she was comfortable, and I just don't get it, to be honest. And I love it how she's like, oh, I don't want to lead you on. Like, lead me on to what? I just don't get why I deal with that so much. Like, I just don't get it. I know I'm rambling a lot, but it's just, that threw me off a lot. Like, I don't get how you can get on with someone so well over a call and get on with someone in person and then leave a message like that just randomly. Like, the fact that she didn't even answer, like, oh yeah, we can call, and then talk to me like a normal human being. Instead, she sent me this long message just full of waffle, and it got quite hostile because I started talking to her about it, and I was honest with her, and she started saying I couldn't take rejection. And I was actually thinking to myself, like, bro, I've not asked for anything. Like, how can you reject me if I'm not asking for a relationship? It doesn't work that way. I think she just thought I was too full on, and maybe I am. Maybe that's my problem in dating. Like, whenever I talk to a girl, I just want to go for it. Like, I don't care if I've only met someone known someone for a week or two. Like, why not see what happens? Like, why hold each other back? I just don't get that at all. Like, maybe she wasn't that attracted to me. I don't fucking know. I mean, she wasn't that great. She had like body hair, which I didn't really like so much. But no, I'm being a dickhead now. I need to stop. But yeah, hopefully this video was enjoyable. It was very rambly, but I got a few things off my chest at least. Anyway, guys, take care. Smash the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new today. I will be doing videos in the future. Obviously, you just need to see what works with like working situation. I mean, I have a lot of free time still. That's one thing I like about the job, because it is only 9 hours a day and 1 hour of it's a break anyway. So the hours aren't too bad. It's not like I'm out for 10.5 hours. I remember when I was at Amazon, the work days were 10.5 hours. And then it was like an hour there and like an hour and a half back. So you just didn't have any free time. Yes, it was 4 days a week. The last 4 days out of the week just crossed out. I think maybe the reason why I like this job so much is because it's just so much better than Amazon. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully things are going to continue going well, and I'll be sure to update you guys in due course. But I will have other videos coming out that are actually more interesting. Anyway, guys, take care. Love you all. Haha.